Hi everyone, I'm Francois. Like I said in my last review, this is my very first Orient, and let's get right into it because it's time to watch. So before I get right into unboxing, if you like these types of reviews, if you like this type of content, don't forget to press the like button. You can even subscribe and press that notification bell to be notified of all the reviews that are upcoming. And this one, like I said, is my very first Orient watch. I'll be unboxing it, giving you my first impressions, and then once I get through maybe 2 or 3 weeks of wearing it, we'll give you the full review and my impressions of how it wears and how it will stand the test of time. So let's get right into it. You see this box here is basically a sleeve. It's basically just a standard cardboard box, and with this Orient, oh, I thought it was just painted on, but no, it's kind of embossed. I like that. It's a nice touch. It's a silverish type of paint on it. I'm putting my eyes on this at the same time as you are. I know what it is, of course. And this is the box itself. Oh, wow. Didn't know that it would be that much of a finishing on it. This is kind of a, I want to say a metal plate, but it's not metal. It's kind of a more of a shiny type of, maybe it is metal. Aluminum with rivets. And you see there's this stitching here to hold this, everything in place. The documents essentially is how to instruction manual and the warranty here. I don't even know how many years this is warranted, but I'll look into that. I'll give you my impressions, of course, on the full review. But wow, I'm already impressed about the box here just by this here presentation with a great logo. Great contrast on the silver backing here. Are there any other markings? No. Wow, impressed. So I guess it opens here. Yes, it does. And there it is. So it's on a soft cushion. It's the Orient Defender Generation 2. You see, this is kind of a, how would I say, another cushion up here with a cloth-like cover. All this is really well thought of to protect the watch. And there it is. So always nice to see that cushion, so that presents it well when you get it out of the box. And there it is, the Orient Defender. I like the fact that it's not too busy of a dial, and well, is that a spec in there? So I was kind of worried there with that mark there on the crystal, but as you can see, it's out. I just rubbed it and we're all good. My understanding is this is a mineral crystal. I was wondering if there was a sapphire crystal version, but I couldn't find any, so this is it. I like that the dial is not too busy, but it's original. It's the subdials are positioned in a way that it's well positioned or well balanced with the Orient logo. So you have the days up top here, and you have the 24-hour marking there. on the subdial at the 5 o'clock. And you have nice, let's call them sword-like hour hands and minute hands, and that splash of red on both the 24-hour hand right there, and also at the tip of the second hand. Really like that. And the way that date here doesn't disbalance, I would say, with the hour markers, so it ties in really well. The casing, my understanding is this is PVD coated. I don't know what material is typically put on here. So it's PVD is physical vapor deposition or deposit of some sort. It's a nice signed crown as well. And this is an in-house movement. For the price, it's really rare to have this in-house movements. And this is a screwed down crown. I guess the first position is, wait a second, the first position is, yes, you can wind it. Let's get it started. Here it goes. Second position, I guess, can change the date. There you go. And if you go the other side, I think the days will change. There they go. Nice. Interesting. And then, there you go. And this is the Gen 2. The Generation 2, I think, is that the fact that you can now hack and hand wind the movement. So hacking, of course, you just stop the seconds right there, and now you can change the hours. Nice. Very nice improvements from non-hacking and non-hand winding. It was an automatic only from Generation 1. So if you press back, everything screwed in. When you screw it in, it's kind of rugged, greedy kind of screw-in. I think that, if I recall, the hour markers and the hands are loomed as well. You can see the NATO-like strap. I kind of like that. The only thing is it adds here a little thickness. So sometimes you can just chop this here, take this out altogether. I like the fact that the hardware is also PVD coated. Seems like that. And is this signed? Yes, it is. A signed PVD coating on the buckle. This here is the model number. Look that up and you can find what you want. Let me see if I could show you the case back. There you go. And what is this? Little tape. Orient. I guess it's a seal of approval. So you see the logo in the middle. The movement is the Japanese Orient movement in-house. I guess this is F6B2, the caliber, I guess. I'd have to look that up, but again, in my full review. And Epson. I'd have to look that up. Why do they have Epson right there? If you know anything, of course, let me know in the comments. But like I said, I'll look this up. This is truly the very first time I put my eyes on this watch. Water resistant. There you go. 100 bars. So 10 bars. Sorry. So it's 100 meters of water resistance. I was wondering what that was, and from what I see on the website is that the diameter here is something like 42 millimeters. It's a lug-to-lug, around 49, and the thickness is around 12 millimeters. So I'll put it in my wrist quickly, show you maybe a quick shot of the loom, and then I'll wrap this up. Let's see how it looms up. There you go. So all the hour markers and the hands are loomed, and you even have the tip of the second hand that's loomed. Let me take off my next watch that I'll be reviewing. This is, I mentioned it a lot in my previous reviews, but this is going to be, this review is going to be coming out this week, just ahead of the new launch of the Swiss watch company's Arc. And I'll be reviewing it just ahead of that, just so that it'll give you an idea of the differences. They're kind of similar, but kind of different. So I opened up the lights so that we can see this better. Let me just put this on my wrist. I should mention my 7-inch wrist for those who work in metric. It's 17.8 centimeters. And there it is. I like larger watches. I think that you can see that from my previous review of the Phoebus Leviathan, which was a monster of a watch. Like I said, the proportions in regards to 42 versus 49 are just my sweet spot. I like those types of larger watches, but with the curve here in the lugs, it hugs the wrist better. Like I said, it adds a little thickness with that NATO strap. I might cut that, like I said, but I think they did a good job. A great in-house movement. Hope you like it too. I truly appreciate you joining me and tuning in. So if you like these types of reviews, if you like this watch, also leave me a comment. Of course, press the like button and even subscribe. You can press that notification bell so that you'll be notified of my next reviews. Like I said, next review will be the SWC Bunker. So thanks again, and we'll see you next time.